Yes, we're live. Please, can you give me a 5x5 to see if I'm getting out there whilst we wait for people to jump onto the stream. This this live stream, unbelievable. The things that's been happening with silver over the last week's been nuts. But when the markets open tomorrow, expect big changes. We've got a lot to talk about, and we've got a very special guest who's extremely knowledgeable on all things silver, looking to join in about half an hour's time. So if you've got any questions, try and save them till then, and he'll be only too glad to answer them for you. Thank you, Rachel, darling. Good to see you in the chat. Listen, don't worry too much because I haven't slowed it down, so you don't have to be hyper vigilant. Okay, just chill. I love you. So that's good. So we're getting out there. Brilliant. So what we're going to do is we're going to jump straight into it. So the first thing we need to see is I'm coming out the chat. We're going to see what's going on with the price of silver right now. If you haven't been, the term is called stacking silver or collecting silver. You're really running out of time now because the price is going to go over $50 an ounce. I reckon sometime during next week, and after that, who knows? So we're going to go straight to the live global commodities market to check what the very latest price of silver is. Now, just for historical reference, it's the 28th of September 2025. So let's have a look. This is crazy. Let me just check if this is coming in clear. Yeah, we're all good and hood. Right, okie dokie. Let me just see. I've got to stop that one, close that one, and open up another one. I thought I had something. Yeah, there it is. Right, okie dokie. Double check that you guys can see. Right, sweet. Okay, so silver. Now, this is physical silver, right? This isn't ETFs, electronic transfer funds. These aren't futures. This is real, genuine, physical silver. Okay, so the price, who would have thought that that would have been a reality, but it's true. Okay, now we're looking back through time. So 1971 there, all the way up. We've had a few spikes. This one spiked right up there, and the way things are looking, this jump back in 2011 is going to be eclipsed over the next 2 or 3 days. It's pretty much a banker. All right. So, like I said, the settlement type is physical. We're not talking about ETFs. Now, look at the difference. In 1 year, the price of silver has gone up 46.64%. And that, my friends, is going to rise significantly over the next coming months. Okay. Now, when you look at the tech analysis of commodities, when you see strong buys for weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks, that can only lead historically to one thing. The price of silver is not going to come down. It's going to go up. Hence, they want you to buy it now because it's going to be cheaper now than what it is tomorrow, and etc., etc., etc. Okay, so strong buys for a long time now. All right, so that is bonkers to see that. All right. So looking at the markets, they closed up pretty much, which is unusual because sometimes on a Friday they fall and they open up on a Monday going high. So that's something to keep an eye on. The S&P is jumped up quite a bit. But rather than jump into all of those, we're just solely focused on silver. So let's stop sharing that screen. 127 people in chat. Listen, guys, if you can share the stream, I'd really appreciate it because if you've got genuine sound questions, the guy I've got coming in is going to be perfect for answering all of your questions. So what we're going to do in no particular order, right? We're going to talk about how the price of silver is changing, why it's changing, what's affecting it to change, and Why is it changing so fast? We saw the graph and it's jumped big time. So looking at it from a historical standpoint, it's pretty much the same thing. All-time silver. This is from Chards. So it's saying it in pounds. So £34.38 per troy ounce. And of course, in America, it's in US dollars in troy ounces. So this is what I was saying about. Okay, we had a massive spike, 1980 odd right there. It jumped up a bit more, and we're literally just going up and up and up. So if you haven't got silver, or you're thinking of getting some more but you're not sure, not joking, I am serious, now is the time to buy. Okay, because what you're going to see is every single day the price is going to go up and up and up, and I really can't see it coming down. Okay, we're really expecting a short squeeze with the amount of ETFs that are currently in circulation. It's nuts. It's nuts. We'll talk about that in a sec, but I just wanted to show you the change difference. Wow. Again, what I wanted to do is I wanted to show two different websites for point of reference. Okay, because I didn't want to just show one piece. I wanted to show some more. Okay, so like I said earlier, why is silver in such huge demand? So some of you guys will probably know, but not everyone will. So bear with me if you already know lots of this. So we're going to go to school now. We're going to silver school. All right. Okay, we can see it. Awesome. So the main uses of silver. Okay, this has only come out a month ago. All right, so it's quite recent. Having the highest electrical and thermal conductivity of all elements. Yes, that's silver. So if you really thought that gold was more conductive than silver, think again, Jack. Newsflash, silver has always been the best to conduct thermal conductivity, moreover electricity. Okay. Silver's conductivity means it plays a vital role in modern technology, whilst its antimicrobial properties make it a valuable source in medical applications and indeed water purifications. That's a stone cold fact. And if you remember, 2020, 2021, lots of supermarkets were having silver strips put on the handles of shopping trolleys because it's the best thing to kill bacteria. It's the best, totally the best. Solar energy. Now, lots of people are aware that the amount of solar panels going up, especially here in the UK, is at an all-time high. It's part of the 2030 government green agenda for renewables. So that is having an impact, albeit a small one. It's still having an impact. We need to think globally. How many solar panels are being produced? Lots, rather a lot. Okay. Silver sensitivity to light has found fast growing use in the photovoltaic or solar energy industry, using silver as a conductive ink. Photovoltaic, cells transform sunlight into electricity. So that word use first made an impact on silver demand in the year 2000, just as photographic use began its decline. So when normal cameras started getting phased out and replaced with digital cameras, it changed. But lots of professionals still use real, proper photography. With the sector consuming 31 tons, that's 1 million troy ounces that year. That was in the year 2000. This was not even 1/10 of the amount used by the electronics industry. But by 2008, the photovoltaic sector was consuming 591 tons of silver per year as major government subsidies promoted the industry's growth in the US, Western Europe, and particular in China. Medicine. I wish I brought up some colloidal silver. In fact, the guest who we're going to be chatting with in about 20 minutes or so is pretty much clued up when it comes to colloidal silver, so we can speak about that as well if you like. Anyway, medicine. Of all chemical elements, silver has the most powerful antibacterial action with the least toxicity to animal cells. That's because, like the other more expensive precious metals, it interrupts the ability of bacteria cells to form certain chemical bonds essential to their survival. But cells in humans and other animals have thicker walls and so undisturbed. So basically, it's not going to do your health in like other precious metals. When added to water, silver releases ions. These ions also kill and prevent biological growth, again, disabling the metabolism of germs and hindering their membrane functions. The value of these properties has been known and used for centuries. No joke. Silver dollars in milk bottles. Who remembers that? If you've got any American friends, old timers watching? Yep, they sure did. Kills lots of bugs. Amazing thing is silver. So what does brazing alloys and solders mean? Coming from the electronics industry a long time ago, I've spent a lot of time using solder and 60-40, 63-37 tin to lead, silver to lead is pretty much what's been going on. Excellent stuff. It seriously is. If you want to use lead-free solder, it's an absolute nightmare. It's woke. It's crap. It doesn't work. No one likes it, and it's bullshit. Anyway, slight mini rant there. With brazing and soldering processes consuming 1,570 tons of silver, that was just in 2021. It's a lot more than what it is then. It's massive now. Representing 9.3% of total industrial demand, its wetting characteristics, high temperature strength and reliable electrical and thermal conductivity ensure leak-proof, fatigue-resistant joints in HVAC plumbing, automotive and electronics applications. I can totally concur with that statement. It's true. Demand is forecast to rise 23% to 1,829 tons by 2030 as green energy and electric vehicle production accelerate. I suspect it to be a lot higher than that because we got something to talk about regarding new Chinese batteries, which are just breaking the market for EVs. And we got a fun video to show you about EV as well. So that is looking crazy. So add all of this up together. I didn't highlight everything. So we got net physical investments. So we got people collecting coins like some of us. Photography. So we're going to scroll down. Jewelry. And hedge. So basically, when people hedge their bets in the markets, commodities such as silver is pretty awesome. Look at that. Producers and fabricators are raised from 557 tons to 358 tons in 2023. So silver is being used a lot, basically. Jewelry is silver is going faster and higher and harder than gold because gold is just crazy right now. I don't know anyone who's got gold. It's rather a lot of money. Silverware is in demand. So it's all adding to these things. Treating warts and corns. Interesting. Also, fun fact, cloud seeding. Commonly known as cloud seeding, chemtrails, weather modification techniques have been used for decades. I spoke to someone who I'm not going to name, who's pretty much probably one of the top 3 experts in the UK about chemtrails. And he was saying the amount of silver oxide that is used in spraying is through the roof. But I suspect that could change because of the price. It's going to go up. Long life batteries. Now, we're going to cover this in a little bit of detail in a sec. This, I feel, is going to have quite a big part to play in the price of silver, especially over the next 4 years. Billions of silver oxide batteries now power everything from quartz watches to hearing aids, digital cameras, and increasingly smartphones. Although more expensive, these batteries give up to 40% more runtime than their lithium ion mercury-based counterparts and are much smaller and lighter. So when you have battery technology which lasts longer, it's lighter, and it's a lot smaller, of course it's going to be popular. Personal deodorant. Some deodorants have sprays which have got silver powder in there to kill germs. It just goes on stained glass engines. 3D printing. Now this is interesting. Up to 622 tons of silver per year could be used by 2018. Oh my God, where are we now? To make flexible screens, LED lights, interposer connections, to make the smallest items. 3D printing uses inks made up of silver nanoparticles. It also enables the customization of silver jewelry. So as you can appreciate, there's more here, isn't there? Touchscreen gloves, water purification to help stop smoking, laundry detergent, plastics. Oh my God, the world is literally drowning in plastic, isn't it? Over 4,666 tons of silver, approximately the weight of 12 fully loaded 747 aeroplanes, today sit within catalyst used by the petrochemical industry. Yes, silver is being used everywhere. Automotive industry. Every time you take your car for a spin, you are benefiting from silver's many uses. Over 1,120 tons of silver are used annually in the automotive industry, and that is set to grow as electrical contacts coated with the element spread from starting the engine to power-operated windows, automatic boot doors, and now distance sensors and advanced driver assistance systems for automatic parking. Conductive lines on your rear window also use heat from silver ceramic elements to melt frost and ice in winter. Novelty explosives. Good God. Food garnishing. I thought I'd add this in because this is weird. I don't know if anyone's heard of this. Silver foil, just a few micrometers thick. So that's really, really thin. Okay. Smaller than a human hair width. It's widely used in South Asian cuisine, often to garnish sweets and other delicacies. Estimated run between 30 and 250 tons of silver eaten this way each year, costing up to £95 million. Known as VAC, the foil is edible but has no flavour and is considered harmless in such small quantities, provided it is pure silver. So that sort of information I thought was quite interesting. So 162 in the chat. Awesome. If you can share the stream, I would seriously appreciate it. Next. Now, this is quite insane. I don't know how many people have been keeping up to speed with things around the world and tech, moreover. But if you haven't, prepare for a bombshell right now. Just checking the screens being shared. Yeah, awesome. Let's go. Okay. The world's largest auto manufacturer moving forward with silver solid-state battery. Chinese BYD. That's apparently the biggest car manufacturer on the planet right now. Believe it or not. And that is a little glimpse of what's inside. Okay. Silver solid-state battery. I'm not joking, people. Look at this. The sheer volume of paper shorts now exceeding 675 million ounces. Well, apparently that is jumped up to 995 million ounces. But we're going to talk about that in a bit. If you don't know what I mean about paper shorts, we're going to discuss that a bit later on. So don't worry. When you've watched all of this live stream, hopefully you'll become a lot more educated and in a much better position to make decisions regarding purchasing silver, hopefully sooner rather than later. Okay, silver deposits are shrinking for the 5th year in a row, creating a structural deficit as global consumption goes vertical. Ha, no joke. Solar panels, the fast-growing industrial use for silver, advanced military tech, and cutting-edge batteries, notably BYD's all-new silver solid-state design, are driving up physical needs beyond what miners can actually produce. Apparently, 4 to 5 mines closed recently because they literally exhausted what they had. As Samsung follows BYD into silver-based solid-state batteries, electrification trends and military adoption will outstrip stagnant mining output. Let that sink in. So basically, to summarize that paragraph, whatever's coming out in the mines, it's not going to be enough. And when you start putting ETFs into play, that's going to create a short squeeze. More about that later on. The current derivatives exposure spread across futures, options, that's like SLV is the biggest one, ETFs, shorts, and even the alleged billion-ounce short position at the Bank of America. Damn. I don't know why that cuts out of there. Would you bloody hell believe it? Bear with me a second, guys. This has happened already today. So let's see if I can jump on it. Wow. I've just tried again. And you're not going to believe this. That site has just crashed. Lots of people, oh my God. That happened live. Can you believe that? I just tried it again. I copied the URL, pasted it. Too many requests. So it's either a DODS attack or lots of people are reading the article. Wow. It's back online. Right, I'm going to see if I can share it before it goes down again. This has happened a few times. Right, let's go down before it crashes again. Right, where was we? Okay. As soon as I said Bank of America, it went tits up. It's a ticking time bomb. If silver prices snap higher as mounting evidence says they must, the shorts will get slaughtered by relentless margin calls, false buy-ins, that's possible with JP Morgan, and lockstep panic. That will send prices vertical. In this scenario, owning paper silver is a death sentence, but owning physical is a coronation. I fully concur with that statement, 100%. Mining output is stagnant, even as demand outpaces supply for 5 straight years. This is no joke. This silver price is going to rocket, 100%. Solar adoption, military tech, and EVs will only accelerate the squeeze. Like I say, all of these little bullet points that I'm pointing out to you guys, it's all going to have its part to play in the price of silver going mental. And I mean mental. Physical stackers are positioned to benefit from the greatest short covering rally in commodities history. Yeah, I'm not joking, people. It's going to be huge, massive, huge. Speaking about silver in brand new Chinese electric vehicles, have you seen what they're doing with their battery tech with cars now? Now, believe it or not, I saw the same video as this. This came out 3 years ago. Okay, so I want to share this with you. I want to make sure if it's on the screen. Yeah, I've done it. It really pisses me off when people make videos in portrait view, because most people, you know, watch it on a TV or their laptops, or they turn their phone sideways so you can see a bigger picture. Nonetheless, it is what it is. So let's roll VT.
We are on a Chinese EV road trip and we're running low on charge. So rather than charging the battery, let me show you how we're going to swap the battery. We have reached our first battery swapping station with the NIO ET7. It automatically parks itself inside of the power swap station. You can see Drew is not doing anything. The floor has just opened up underneath the ET7. It's going to lift up the car and it's going to pull the battery out of this thing. So it's lowering the battery out of our car now. So there goes the old 75 kilowatt hour pack right out. How crazy is that? And then it's going to go take a new one out from here where they have a bunch of batteries that are stored, charged up, or currently charging from other cars. And then we'll swap in the battery into ours. Here comes the new battery.
How mad is that? It basically takes a battery which is nearly flat out of the bottom of the car, moves it out of the way, and puts a fully charged battery straight in, drive off. That whole process took 3 minutes. So the days of when you had an EV and you would park somewhere, if you can find somewhere to charge it, it could take you a few hours. Now, 3 minutes. This technology is already 3 years old in China. Will we start seeing it here in the UK or in the US? I don't know. But one thing's for sure, I am not going to buy an EV. Go poke yourself. Not a chance. Absolute ridiculous. Don't buy into it at all. So, another thing which not many people have mentioned, when I've put all of these different bullet points up to be mulled over, shall we say, not many people are talking about stablecoin. Now, we don't usually talk about crypto on this channel, but one thing is becoming apparent. Has anyone heard of stablecoins? Okay. Moreover, in the US, a stablecoin traditionally has to be backed by something tangible, not just letters on a screen. In my opinion, it's worthless. But I'm not even going to go there with that crypto stuff. It just fries my brain and I can't make sense of it. But stablecoin has to be backed, especially in these 3 cases, by precious metals. So them companies, XAGX is one, Kinesis Silver or T Silver. Okay, they are all stable coins and they are all backed by silver. In fact, we can go and see what the latest price of that is now. Now, like I said, the date is the 28th of September 2025. So if you're coming back to this from the future, wow, you're going to laugh. You're going to be laughing all the way through this. So here is the latest stocks on Kinesis. So you could have brought, where would the low be? Yeah, $21 per share. Okay, now it's up to 46. So when these stable coins start to be used on a much larger scale, we are going to see a massive squeeze on silver. Okay, so that is just one company, Kinesis Silver, which is a stable coin. So whilst we're on the subject of silver, why not talk about other silver? So 925 sterling silver, like you would commonly find in jewelry or some old antique coins, etc. Even that price has gone crazy. Look at this, 83 pence a gram now and £23. Wow, for 1 ounce. Just a little bit more for a troy ounce, which is the correct evaluation of precious metals. That's insane. That's never been that high. I've never seen it that high. So expect the price of silver jewelry to go up as well. All right. My advice, if you've got silver, do your best not to sell it. Okay. I had a crazy situation not long ago where I had to sell off a little lump of my silver stack, as it were, and it really done my head in to do so because I knew where this silver squeeze is going. If you want to see a real silver coin, I don't know if it's going to come in clear. It's going to, there it is. That is a 4/9 fine pure silver coin. This one happens to be from Canada. In my opinion, there we are. In my opinion, Canadian maples are superior quality. Okay, some of the Britannias are okay. there has been evidence historically that lots of Britannia coins have now spotted. Okay, so what spotting means is you get white little milk spots on the coin. So that's a bad thing, in my opinion. It doesn't really affect or do anything on it, etc. Yeah, capital gains tax on that. Yeah, I know. But the thing is, when we're looking at prepper ideology, I can see this going a lot like undercover, underground, black market. Okay, so that 20% capital gains tax is going to be complete bollocks, real world. And all right there, buddy, good to see you. Look at that. We've got our friend, our guest. So we're going to bring him in about a minute or so. So, yeah, pretty crazy. Apparently, looking into it, I'm not sure if this is correct, but I counted there are 49 main silver mines operational globally. Now, I'm not 100% on that. It's just something I read on the interweb. Maybe our friend could enlighten us a bit about that. So I'll tell you what, buddy, your timing is impeccable. So we're going to bring our friend. So like I said, if any of you guys have got questions, can you put them in capital letters? Even if you put it before, can you put it again? So we're going to talk all things silver, and lots of us think that the price of silver is going to go, there's no way it's coming down. So welcome to the channel, dude.
Hey, Funky, it's good to see you again.
And you, man, look at that smile, dude. Your beard's coming on strong. Fair play to you.
Since last time, I didn't have a beard last time we met. Yeah,
I know, mate. Yeah, well, you timed it right because winter's coming soon. You're going to feel it if you shaved it off, I tell you.
Yeah, I tell you, it's exciting times. All you've been talking about, very exciting.
It certainly is, man. I'm not joking. Yeah. I mean, when I was checking up on the prices now and again, I couldn't believe it. It was like day on day we've been seeing in rises, and it's been nuts. So I think it's really easy to get carried away because we've had similar to this before, but as you can appreciate, not at this speed and not at this scale. Yep. So some people have been saying we're going to be seeing $100 per silver ounce coin. Someone said we're going to be seeing $750, but obviously
I think we will.
Dependent. So I reckon by the end of this year, we could be seeing $70 per troy ounce of silver. What are your thoughts on where this price could go and roughly what sort of time frames do you think we're looking at, mate?
That's easy. I think you're right. We're going to be new all-time highs in all currencies very soon. At the moment, we're a new all-time high in British pounds, aren't we? But not yet in US dollars. $52.50 is what, and we're a couple of dollars away from that. But yeah, I think maybe next month, and 70 by the end of the year is about right. And everyone's talking about the $100 silver parties early next year, all around the world. It's going to be massive parties. You know, David Morgan, the silver guru, he's saying that he's going to do some massive parties when we get to 100. Maybe February, March. We'll see.
I think it will be. And do you know, I remember it was either you or someone else was saying a long time ago. One day, 1 ounce of silver would be enough to buy your house. Now that is just mind-blowing to lots of people out there.
It's got to happen. I mean, the way you look at the supply and demand fundamentals, you know, silver is getting more and more rare. The supply is going down and down and down, and the demand is just going skyrocketing. So it's going to have, the price has got to go up a long, long way. The price is going to go crazy. It's
nuts. I mean, before you came on, I was just showing the guys about what silver is being used for currently. And the demographics are massively different than where we were 10 years ago. Moreover, as you probably heard about this silver solid-state batteries in Chinese EVs now, and that is just going to run wild, along with solar panel production too, of course.
Yeah, the solar is the most interesting one. I mean, have you looked at all the solar panels ever installed in the history of solar panels? The total amounts to about 2.5 terawatts, okay? Now, most of those have already been discarded. It's from the 1970s. They're all on landfill now. But 2.5 or 2.6 terawatts. This year, 2025, China are going to make 1 terawatt.
Wow.
And 2.6 is all that's ever been made since 1970s. The scale of increase is massive.
Do Do you know what? I think this is one thing which I think a lot of people are really struggling with to fully comprehend what the term exponential actually is.
Yeah.
But we are seeing it right now in real time, mate, aren't we? I think
that's exactly it. So about half of mine's supply is just going to be making solar panels 2025.
Yeah. And we're not even talking about the ETFs as well.
That's right, yeah.
How many ETFs are currently out there at the moment? I think of 995 million or something ounces, but I'm not sure
and
what the total.
That is all just paper and digital illusions of silver. The conspiracy is they haven't got any silver. I mean, nobody knows. It's not audited.
Yeah.
Do you trust JP Morgan? Does anybody?
JP Morgan doesn't trust JP Morgan, mate.
but
it's true, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nobody's done an audit. It's not an independent audit.
No. I know. They can literally get away with blue murder, to be fair.
Yeah.
And they have been doing for a long, long time, since the 70s when all this changed. Now, the thing is, not everyone watching this will know what an ETF or SLV is. Can you just drop basic so the guys in the chat can understand what these electronic transfer funds are and how they work? That'd be cool.
Simplest is it's a digital illusion of silver, and there is no limit how many can be created. So you say, I want to buy some silver. You see the price is going up. Oh, it's expensive to get a bar delivered to my house, and there's a risk. It is an option here. I can give JP Morgan or one of their subsidiaries some funds, and they'll give me this digital receipt. And they promise me that my silver bar is in their vault. And they're doing that to thousands of people, and they haven't got any silver left. They're lying, cheating, and stealing.
Pretty much.
They are. I mean, it's free funds for them, isn't it? Imagine that. Imagine if you could just say, give me your funds and your silver bars in the vault. Don't worry, trust us. And they're just giving out all these paper and digital receipts. And they've done that so much now. The short position is massive. They are short billions of ounces.
Yeah.
And there's not that much left and available.
This is the thing, isn't it? Because the amount of people that actually own these paper silver, should we call it, when they start to see the price rise, they're going to want their physical silver, and they're not going to be able to get it, are they? So that is going to cause so much shit, isn't it?
I mean, this is a short squeeze. That is the definition of a short squeeze, and this is the mother of all short squeezes in all of history.
Yeah, you've been saying it for years, mate.
Yeah, they're going to scream bailout. They're going to say to the government, "We're too big to fail. You know, you can't let us fail," and they are too big to fail. If they fail, the whole global financial system fails.
Yeah.
But they're too big to bail as well. The problem is too big now. The derivatives are too big. So it's inevitable. The global banking system will fail because of silver, because the short position in silver. Because what's interesting, Funky, the short position in silver is now larger than there is silver left in available supplies. So they've sold more promises. It is. Really? They've sold more paper and digital promises than there exists silver left available. So what's going to happen? There's going to be a default.
I don't know if you can see that on the screen. It's probably not going to be focusing on finding it really hard to do. But this come out of a video today. This guy was saying 995 million ounces are currently being held by ETFs or paper, silver, should we say. So
they're short, just under a billion.
Yeah. I mean, how much can they actually manufacture in 1 year? If no one bought
800 million ounces.
How many?
So 0.8 of a billion ounces is what is mined globally.
So that's not even, that's over.
No, solar uses 0.4. Solar uses half of that. Military, aerospace, robotics, AI chips, cell phones, TVs, electric cars, electric vehicles. They use way more than solar.
Yeah. I was just saying to the guys earlier, there's so much stuff which silver is being used for now, which it wasn't. I'd say 10 years, but it's probably longer than that. But it's crazy. What I'm going to do is I'm going to chuck up on the screen some questions. So hopefully you can see the screen as well. This is a leading question. Now, when we spoke in 2019, if you remember, when you urged me, if I'm going to get silver, do it ASAP, because the VAT thing come in 2020. I think it was January, wasn't it? So that is when I got my bulk lump of silver, and I'm so grateful for you to advising me to do that, because if I would have dilly-dallied longer, it would have been 20% more expensive.
Yeah.
So the company which I bought from was a company called Silver to Go, which is now being bought out in 2019. So that company does not exist, but this is from Anthony. And Anthony says, where is the best place to buy gold and silver? Because things are changing. So what is the best place for us Brits?
First thing, in the UK, don't worry about the VAT. You're going to have to pay VAT. You get it back when you sell. And what I mean by that is, if you buy a bar now, I think it's like, say 1 kilo bar is about £1,500. That's the total price you pay with VAT, okay? If you wanted to sell it, you need to liquidate it now. You could easily sell it for what you bought it for.
There's someone in the chat earlier called Liz, and she saw a 1K bar in Costco for 1,300 quid. Now, whether that's got VAT on top of it, or
that answers the question. Costco is the cheapest place. That is including VAT. I buy in Costco.
The total price.
Costco sell it at a loss. Costco is by far the cheapest place to buy silver. If you can find your nearest Costco to you, the dealers go and buy at Costco, and then they sell it for more.
Holy cow!
It's very clever, Costco. They sell it as a loss leader. They sell it for less than they buy it for, but it gets people into Costco. You know, imagine a couple. The dad wants to buy silver. Well, the mum does his shopping there, and then she regularly does his shopping there. It's a loss leader to get people into Costco. But I only go there to buy the silver. I don't buy anything else.
So fair play to you. I've got a good friend of mine who goes there probably twice a week. He can't help himself. Matt, if you're watching, get some more silver, dude.
Buy silver, but they limit it. There's a limit how many you can buy, but it's a lot. They limit it. I think it's 4 bars a month, but they keep changing it because the dealers would go and clean them out in no time. So But if you just buy 4 bars a month, be happy with that. That's all I do. I don't even buy that many. Just buy what you can when you can.
There's going to be a run on Costco in that regard, isn't it? And they're going to limit it from 4 to 1 the way it's going. I can see that coming.
And they sell out every day. Every day they get new stock every day, and they limit it, and they've sold out by 4 o'clock or whatever it is. They sell out every day. Yeah.
So get in early then, basically.
Bring them up first. You can't pre-order. I said, can I pay now and pick it up? No, they won't do that. You've got to get there, queue up, and there's a queue for people to buy silver. And usually the last few people on the queue don't get any. Come back tomorrow. Demand is higher than supply. And I've been there. And I queued up for an hour, but no, sorry. Come back tomorrow. So demand is very high.
Yeah. The thing is, not every, I mean, from what I understand, you have to become some sort of member or something. So someone who is not near a Costco, they would rather get it online. What is the best? Because there was bullying by post, but I'm hearing all sorts of bad stuff about those lately, but I don't really know. So what do you think about online stuff?
You'll pay a lot more. You'll pay more bullion by post, but it won't make much difference. Next year, silver's going to be double what it is now. Year after that, it's going to be 7x. So it won't make much difference. If you can't get to a Costco, I think you can trust bullion by post. But wherever you buy from, you want to test it. Test its real metal. It doesn't. Even if you bought from the most reliable source, still test it. But bullion by post is an option. You can buy from there. You'll pay a little bit more, but it's reliable. You can trust them.
Yeah. But eBay, you're taking a risk, aren't you?
You are. There's a load of fakes. So be very careful with eBay. Yep.
Yeah.
Learn how to test.
Yeah, I literally, when I was I was a survival instructor here in Wales for about a year, and one of the things that I was teaching the guys on the courses was how to test silver. Yeah. So I've got, Japanese knife company called Global.
Right.
I have a great big magnetic strip which you hang the knives on. Put it at an angle and put a silver coin, and it goes down at a certain speed. And I was showing you put a 10p piece in there, and I said, if you get a silver coin and you put it on there, it goes fast. It is 100% fake. Simple as that.
Yeah, good.
And that's the easiest way to test it, rather than.
Or if it sticks to it. If it goes too slowly, it's not pure silver.
Yeah.
That is the best way. There's loads of YouTube videos. Learn how to test it. Absolutely.
Totally. So that is so the best place then to buy stuff is Costco. If you can't do that, bullion by post.
There's loads of deals. Yeah, like bullion by post. There's loads of deals for that. And if you get confident testing it, eBay is fine, eBay is fine as long as you know how to test it.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I've bought a few from eBay myself, and I've sold some recently on eBay too. And every time it turned out, the first thing I've done, I opened it up and I checked it. And luckily for me, every coin I've bought has been fine.
Yeah.
One thing I did do is every time that I did buy silver from eBay, I checked their feedback. Okay, so if they've got quite a good feedback score, no negative feedback, and the majority of the things they sell are silver, you're probably going to be okay. If you went onto an eBay auction or whatever, and you saw that they've got no feedback, they're only selling 1 coin or 10 coins, they're not selling anything else, I would stay away personally. That's my own belief in it. It makes sense to me.
But eBay's a great one when it comes, if you need to liquidate a bit here and there, eBay's a good choice. You know, and there's nothing wrong with finding the buyers and sellers, talking about it and meeting up somewhere. And that's happening more and more now. You meet up in a bank. If you buy, you don't want to pay the eBay fees. Meet up in your local Barclays bank. There's cameras everywhere. You want to check the silver. They want to check your cash. And it's all anonymous, you know. That's happening a lot.
That's a fair point, mate. Yeah. And I've got another question from a good friend of mine who sent me some really cool whiskey. His name's the Beach Hut Man. Now, this question is this. If I buy silver, I pay 20% VAT. Question, if I sell it back, does VAT have to be paid? If so, by me or the buyer?
Good question. Now, don't get involved with any of that. You have to pay VAT when you buy. There's no way to avoid that. If you buy off a guy off eBay or bullion by post, and when you sell it, you'll be selling it for the price with VAT. But you don't have to, you know, don't go declaring VAT and things like that. You want to keep it anonymous. So if the price, like you said, a 1 kilo bar is like 1.5K. That's with VAT. That's what you pay for it, bullion by post. If you want to sell it now, Facebook Marketplace or eBay, you sell it for 1.5K. That's what you sell it for.
Yeah.
And that'd be
going included in the price.
Yeah. You get the VAT back when you sell.
Yeah. So it goes in and it comes out again and it's the same. So you're not going to be at a loss, really.
The price inside UK borders is 20% more than outside.
Yeah.
If you could, I mean, you could buy in. There's smuggling going on. I know there is. You know, you can buy a bit.
What about going to America and people buying like eagles and stuff and coming back?
Yep.
They're going to get really clever about how they're going to evade radars and whatever through customs, isn't it?
As soon as you get inside UK borders, it's gone up 20%. It's suddenly worth 20% more.
Oh. Do you know what? Someone told me a long time ago, and their nickname for the UK is Treasure Island, because everywhere you're going to go, the pirates turn up and take money from you.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
It's for this.
Yeah.
So
But don't worry about the
that answers the question, dude. That's one. And it's the same sort of one, I think. This is from No Vaxamine. Good evening, both. Do we pay tax on silver coins in the UK? I think we just answered that, really, haven't we?
But I tell you, there's a lot to it. Look, the answer is yes. You're supposed to pay capital gains. But so I'm not going to comment on that. That's the correct answer. But if you're buying and selling it anonymously, it's just your stuff, isn't it, Funky? If you sold your TV to your mate in the pub, it's just your stuff. If you sold your toaster, if you sold your microwave, or you swapped it, I'll swap my microwave for your bike. It's just barter. That's stuff. Yeah. I want to buy your motorcycle. Would you take this many ounces of silver? It's barter. It's your stuff. Keep it anonymous. Yeah,
that's the best way, mate. I totally agree. You know, some people say to me, you know, within the prepping community, what's the point of getting silver? You can't eat it. But there's going to be a time before things get bad where it's going to be very useful, especially with digital ID, central bank digital currency, all of that crap. You know, you can still be private. And to me, privacy and freedom go hand in hand. And it's one way of ensuring you've got some degree of that when you trade, whether it's silver, whether it's cash, whether it's baked beans, whatever it is that you want to trade. It's got no one else's business. It's a trade between two individuals. The government, I'm going to start ranting now. The government are a pain in the ass to stick in their noses in, aren't they, mate? To be fair.
It's private, anonymous. You're right. People say to me, you can't eat silver, but it's hard to store 20 years worth of food. But you could store like a couple of kilos of silver. That's 20 years food. You can from a producer, you'll buy a lot of food of that.
Yeah.
So food and silver.
So people say to me, you know, what's the best thing to do? Because I'm new to prepping. I've heard about silver. Do I get bars or do I get coins? And I say coins, because it used to be you are void from capital gains tax. Now, I've got lots of silver maples, which isn't UK legal tender. So therefore, I'm come under the section of you got to pay capital gains on it now because it's not a Britannia. So there's all sorts of things people need to understand before they just hit the fire button and buy loads of stuff. So what would be a good coin for you to buy? Would you stick with Britannia because you could get away from the capital gains things, or you just don't care?
I haven't got any Britannias. I don't care. Silver is silver. Those are great. Maple Leafs, Australian Kangaroos, Philharmonics. If you've got, as long as it's pure silver, as long as you tested it, you know it's pure silver. That is money, and you have got, that's the people's money. And in many languages around the world, it's just one word for money or silver. In English, we've got two words: money, silver. Many languages, just one word: silver is money, and that is money. And like you said, for barter, if you want to, you want to buy some preps, you want to buy a boat or a trailer or a tiny home, you want to buy a camper van, you can look. Let's do a deal. I'll offer you this many ounces of silver, and he says no, this many. No, I can offer it, and you barter. Yeah, that's money. Doesn't matter. Britannia's, US Eagles, doesn't matter. It is silver. No one else. Also,
we said earlier, we touched on about the applications which silver is now being used for more over the last 10 years. I touched on the context of medicinal or medical. Now, I think it was you who actually got me onto this years ago now, colloidal silver. Now, if I remember, a long time ago, I think it's a different channel, you've done videos of actually how to make it. Now, I was under the illusion, or under the impression, that it's 4 nines fine silver to do that. Some people have told me that 3 nines is exactly the same. It's just a rip-off. But
they're both pretty similar. It's not. Some people think 4 nines is 10% more pure. No, it's not. 3 nines silver is in 1,000 parts, 999 parts of silver, and 4 nines silver in 10,000 parts, 9,999 parts of silver. It's much of a muchness. It won't make much difference. 4 nines silver, the maple leaf is that little tiny bit more pure. Yeah. And if you want to make colloidal silver, it might be a bit better. But no, 3 nines is fine. I make colloidal silver with 3 9 fine silver.
Yeah. But it's so good for you, isn't it? You start getting like cough and colds. We spoke about earlier on the stream that is good for antibacterial stuff. I mean, they was even using it with a spray and a strip on the handle of a shopping trolley in what happened in 2020, 2021. So absolutely. I was shocked to see that, actually.
It's amazing. Any kind of like topical infection, if you've got any kind of infection, toenail fungus, anything like that, any kind of bacterial infection, if you've got an eye infection, ear infection, your nose, your mouth, your throat, and internally for drinking it, it's the best antibiotic. It's the best. It's a natural antibiotic.
Yeah, that's a good point, actually. I'm going to start taking some because I've just come over a horrendous bug and it's still fighting, so I'm just going to kill it off with some proper colloidal silver. I've got loads of it. I've got 20 parts per million, so it works for me.
That will help.
This is a question from, well, I think it's a question. I said, anyone who's going to leave a question, put it in capital letters. So this is from Jim Stock. He said he bought 5 ounces of silver from the Royal Mint today and saved £50 over bullion by post.
Yeah, good.
So if he went to the Royal Mint.
But I would say, look, don't worry. Saving a little bit is great. If you buy from bullion by post, you might pay a little bit more, or wherever you buy from. Next year, it won't make much difference. You're talking about a 10x by next year, something like that. £50 is great. It won't make much difference. Just get your real silver. That's what's important.
Yeah, I think it was Liz was saying, like I said, £1,300 for a 1K bar in Costco today. Shall I get it? I said, yeah. And I said
it's
to her,
$1,500 in bullion by post.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. £200 more. So if any guys and girls are near Costco, if you can get off time off work or whatever, go there in the morning and fill your boots.
Yeah.
This is from Neil, who is saying, bloody hell, was it 1,407.99 showing on Costco website?
Gone up a bit.
Oh, right. That's going to be the price then.
Look, it's still probably the cheapest place in the UK. Yeah. They sell it as a loss leader to get you in there. They want you to buy all your shopping in there,
I know. I didn't know nothing about it. My friend told me, and he said they have got teams and teams of people constantly researching to get the best price, and they always deliver. Costco's a massive outfit, dude, isn't it?
It is. But I know that the dealers go to Costco to buy their silver, and they sell it for the true price back. So we can buy at the dealer price. It's well worth it.
You could cut out the middleman, really, don't you?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. I need to get a mouse to Costco. I need to get some money first.
Yeah. But listen, eBay, there's some amazing bargains on eBay as long as you're confident testing your silver. Now, the price of silver is going up so fast. There's a lot of like old grandpas and stuff selling silver on eBay. They don't realize how much the price has gone up. There are bargains there,
Yeah.
As long as you're confident to test it.
someone called Chris has just said, ask your local jewelers. So that's going to probably have a premium within it, I suppose, because they got to make a profit, haven't they? Antique shops, that sort of thing. I even said that 925 price has gone up as well. First
Still
time
going up. Yeah,
all of it, isn't it? Really,
it is. Yeah.
And Andrew says you need to own physical silver. Yes, he's a friend of ours.
Right. Don't make the mistake of, people go to bullion by post. They go on a website. They see the price of a 1 kilo bar, 1.5k, and then they see an option. It's so much cheaper. It's the same picture of the same bar, and you can keep it in storage there, and they'll give you a paper or digital receipt. And they believe, oh, my bar is in the vault. It's not. They're selling that bar to 500 other people, doing exactly what JP Morgan's doing. And the short position is billions of ounces now. They've sold billions of ounces all around the world that don't exist.
I know.
And this is a short squeeze. This is a definition of a short squeeze, and it's happening. It's very exciting. And we can't let the criminals get away with this.
We've been waiting a long time for this, bro, haven't we? And it's actually, I can't believe I've got you on here. This is awesome, mate. Seriously, it's really, really cool. Because what we are talking about is historic, and it's not fluffing up. It's true. And time will tell, my friend, won't it? Time will tell.
It is happening. Yeah. Do you remember the GameStop short squeeze a couple of years ago during COVID?
Yeah.
It was an exciting time. There's a good film about it, Dumb Money. And if you watch that movie now, and every time they say GameStop, say silver. That is happening. It's too late for GameStop. That short squeeze has happened. Yes. The silver squeeze is happening now. You're in early. Same thing is happening.
I think you're right. And the question that I just read out earlier, this answers the question from Jay. Jay was saying, do you recommend buying silver digitally on a CFD trading platform or just physical?
Only physical. There's loads of different ways you can get a paper or digital illusion of silver, and there's no limit how many of those can be created out of thin air. There are billions of those being created out of thin air. You are being scammed because the silver doesn't exist. You've got to be able to touch it yourself. You've got to take delivery, touch it yourself. That's the only way.
Like that.
And this is that's you've got to be able to do that. You've got to be able to test it. Yep.
Yeah. I'd rather. That's one of the things why my brain can't understand cryptocurrency, because I haven't got anything physical. It's just frigging numbers on the screen and keys and codes and binary. It's like, doesn't mean shit to me. But
the emperor has no clothes. Children can see it, and all these really smart people are, oh no, the emperor's got clothes on. Crypto is really worth something. You're being deceived. There's nothing there.
Yeah,
I hate crypto. It is. I hate all digital and paper illusions of wealth.
Do you want to tell everyone what happened to you when your wallet got rinsed, wasn't it?
Yeah, I had a paper wallet. It was the early days, and it would be worth a hell of a lot now. And I thought it was safe. The private key had never been online. No one could see it. And I checked it one day. Somebody had just gone in and emptied the wallet. And this is happening to 2 people a week now. They've got this Trezor wallet. Yes, if you look on the forums, I've had this Bitcoin sitting there. I thought it was safe. It's just my wallet's been emptied. Now, these quantum computers can break any private key. You're not safe anywhere. On an exchange or in a wallet, no crypto is safe anywhere. You could just have all of that crypto just emptied out of it. You've got nobody you can call. There's nothing. You don't know how it happened. I don't know how it happened. All I know is my wallet was emptied, and I'll never touch crypto again. It could happen to anyone. So if you've got any crypto on an exchange or in a private wallet, sell it now. Crypto's still high at the moment. I think it's going to crash 80% again, which it does periodically.
Yeah.
And silver is still low. Silver's still cheap.
Yeah. I think also that there are companies who claim that they can get your crypto back at a cost, and sometimes that's crap as well, isn't it?
I even paid one of those. This was back. I paid a lot, and they really gave me a lot of confidence. Yeah, we'll find it. They can't trace it. My wallet was emptied, and it went to 4 different wallets, and it branched out from there. And I can see where the crypto goes to, but what good does that do me? It's just some wallet somewhere, and now it's just all gone. Yeah, lesson learned. I lost a lot with that. I will never touch crypto again. I hate crypto. You can't trust it.
I must admit, I've been tempted a few times now and again, but until I fully get my head around it, and I've said on live streams myself, because I actually told your story. I haven't named you, but I told your story, and I think that there's another person I met at a prepper meet happened to him as well. Yeah. So I thought, bloody, there's 2 people that I know. that this has happened to.
Yeah.
But you know, this crypto thing, I think if you are seriously going to consider it, personally, I believe that you need to become a really good expert in cybersecurity first, because if you can't secure your wallet, you're going to be another 2 a day or 2 a week who's going to get robbed. It's just terrible,
There's
isn't it?
no way to secure your wallet. Any private key can be hacked. These AI quantum computers, they can try 1 billion attempts every second. It might take them a week, it might take them a year, but eventually they'll hack your private key.
Yeah.
No safe.
We got someone saying Ledger is safe.
I don't think so, but yeah.
Hard wallet.
That was a hard wallet. It was hard wallets are being emptied all the time.
A cold wallet. Personally, I don't trust any of it.
Absolutely. Anything in the virtual world is liable to be messed with. Anything.
Silver coins.
That's what you can trust. Yeah.
These things here, you can bury them, you can hide them, whatever you want to do with them.
Funky, no AI. They can't hack into your silver coin and empty your silver coin. That can't happen. That cannot
Let's hope the Mandela effect doesn't come along with that one. Imagine that. Holy shit.
It is real though. That is real. You know, that is something that you can't break the private key of your silver coin.
Exactly. Yeah.
Silver atoms. Yeah.
And the one thing which is guaranteed about silver is I can't see the price going down. I think that's it now. Because we've seen it go up and down and spike and all the rest of it. But you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show. This is a site that I use quite a bit actually. They're pretty good, called investing.com. Now I don't know if you can see it on the screen, mate, but I put it on the Mac. So we're talking like 1971 right up to today. We did have a tiny blip there in 2011 that you remember. And I would say the price at the moment, that is going to go over 50 within the next 48 hours. 100% guarantee on that. And when you look at the analysis, it's urging strong buys all the way. And I've been studying. I look at this every single day, and it's been strong buys all of September. Good. Every single day. And that is rare, because sometimes you would see it and it would say a sell or maybe a strong sell a long time ago, but it's been on strong buys. And that indicates that they estimate the price of silver will not go down. So buy it now. It's going to be cheaper now than it will be tomorrow.
Absolutely. Can we look at that chart again, Funky?
Oh, sorry, mate.
That there is what you call a cup and handle chart formation. Anyone who studies chart patterns, it's incredibly bullish.
I was just going to say, some guy was mentioning that before I went live. Actually, that cup, exactly that
cup and handle.
Up on that. When you see, I think here we go. This cup.
Yeah. So back in 1979, that was the Hunt brothers.
So there's a big cup there, and there's a small cup. So what do you think?
That's the handle. Anybody who sees that is incredibly bullish. Whenever you see a cup and handle, it shoots up. And this is the longest cup and handle in history. From the 1970s, that was 1980, it went to $52.50. And then they smacked it down, drew the cup. 2011, it was trying to go up again. JP Morgan smacked it down. May the 1st, 2011, it was Blythe Masters. She did a drive-by shooting. They just put loads of shorts on. And they dropped it down, and now it's drawn the cup over the last decade and a half, the handle. And now we're back up again. 3 times. Yeah.
It's going to go right up, bro, isn't it?
It's a rocket ship to the moon now. That is it.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I can't, like I say, I can't see it going down anytime soon.
It's so interesting what happened in the 70s. There was these 3 billionaires, the Hunt brothers. They'd inherited an oil billion empire from their father. And they said, look, any fool can run a printing press. You just turn up to high speed. But it takes a lot of energy to mine silver. So they started buying silver. It was a short squeeze. It happened. It went up to $52. And then the government changed the rules. It's illegal to buy silver. This is factual. It happened. So of course, you can only sell. You can't buy it. So the price went right down. And all through the 90s, Warren Buffett did a similar thing to the Hunt brothers. He tried a short squeeze. And it was called the Buffett blip. You can see it go up. And they went to him and they said, look, we'll offer you silver or lead. If you sell your silver, stop buying silver, we'll make you the wealthiest investor in history. Or, you know, you're going to have to we take lead. We'll shoot you. Of course, he took the offer. He gave them all his silver. The price went down again. And then 2011, it drew the side of the cup. And now it's drawing it again. There's a couple of modern-day Hunt brothers. Have you heard of David Bateman?
No.
He's a billionaire.
Right.
Young guy, tech billionaire. And he is doing what the Hunt brothers doing. He's just buying shed loads of silver.
No. Is he really?
He's a billionaire. And he said you can't trust it. He's taking the bars. He's testing every bar.
Good.
Because there's a lot of fakes.
Good. Yeah.
He's bought $1 billion. He just recently bought $1 billion worth of silver and took it out of available supply. He's a hero, freedom fighter.
We need more.
We need more.
We need more people like that, and we need more as well, don't we?
Yeah, but Saudi Arabia, they're doing it as well. They're buying loads of silver. But the three modern-day Hunt brothers are India, China, and Russia.
That's right. Yeah.
They're buying loads. So you're saying, is there going to be a dip? If there is, if JP Morgan manipulates the price down again, India, China, and Russia will say thank you for the gift, and they'll load up.
Yeah,
it won't stay down there for long. It probably can't.
And also look at the mines that's going on in Mexico. There's not too stable out there right now, so their production is slowing rather than it should be at peak with this coming up, but they're slowing.
So, all at the same time, it's a perfect storm.
It is. It is.
It's all converging.
I can't believe it. It's just the craziest, wildest ride, and people will be watching this going, "What's the big fuss about?" But let me tell you this: if you're stacking quite a lump of silver, you understand why we're smiling like the way that we're smiling. Yeah.
And to really reiterate, it's not too late. It's not like you missed the boat. I know it's just gone up, but it's still early. You know, next year it's going to be at least twice this, and it'll be 10 times this the year after. You're still early. If you can buy now, you're laughing. It's an incredible gift.
You're going to save 50% on the silver buying now than you would in 12 months' time.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be $100. It's just under $50 now.
Yeah.
Next year, all the experts are saying early next year there'll be the $100 silver parties. So
and we've never seen that before, ever, have we?
No, never. But that's what the chart pattern, a cup and handle, when it reaches the third time to try and break 50, then it goes straight to 100.
Yeah.
And then sky's the limit. And we break the manipulation. I mean, once the manipulation is over, what is the true value of silver? The question is, what is the correct value of silver if the manipulation is over? Very hard to know. I mean, we've got thousands of years history. The true value of silver is 3.1 grams is valued at a 12-hour day's wage.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
It's a tenth of a troy. Yeah. So that coin you had there, that was 1 troy ounce.
Yeah, exactly.
A tenth of that is 1 day's wage. So that coin is 2 weeks' wages. 10 working days, 2 5-day weeks, have the weekend off. That's 2 weeks' wages right there. That's the true value when the manipulation ends.
And that cost me £24 only a few years ago.
Unbelievable.
Just one coin.
The gift.
Nuts. It's nuts. And the thing is, I mean, I remember you talking about this a while ago on one of your videos when you mentioned about JP Morgan having that hot potato. Do you think there's going to be a bank bail-in to help them out with that?
Good question.
Start doing shit?
They're going to scream bail. They're going to scream bail out, and then they're going to scream bail in. And I mean, it's either that or they collapse. But we want them to collapse. Yeah, it's too big. The silver short is too big to bail out. They would have to create quadrillions of dollars out of thin air, and even then, the silver is not there. You know, no matter, even if they created $10 quadrillion out of thin air to bail them out, they can't go and buy that silver because we're strong hands. We're not going to sell it. Yeah. If the silver is in diamond hands, you do not sell.
Yeah. That's
true. Not sell for dollars.
And we can't go back in time because another thing, which I don't think many people really understand, is because the price of silver has been kept so low, manipulated for so long, what's been happening is it's not being recycled because it was so cheap. So all of those old phone parts and bits and pieces of tech that had tiny bits of silver in had just been thrown into landfill. You can't go back in time and go, do you know what? Silver's going to go up. Let's save as much silver as you can. It's too late now. It's buried.
All the first generation solar panels, it's all on landfill. They can't get it back. Yeah. I mean, gold can be got back. Gold is economical to retrieve. It's what, $3,800 now, gold? Yeah. It costs that much. You can get gold back from landfill. So if silver was $3,800, arguably it's possible to get it. It costs that much to get 1 ounce back. But silver's different, that it oxidizes and corrodes. Gold lasts forever. You can get gold back quite easy. Silver is much harder to, it's all oxidized away.
Yeah.
And some of it you can never get back.
I worked in the space industry and we used a lot of gold, but now the realization, the new way of thinking now is it's much more conductive of electricity than it is gold.
Yes,
so people are rethinking electrical circuits now.
Yeah,
and even that's going to add to the supply demand problem, which we're going to be seeing as well, isn't it? It's just
absolutely.
I think
supply
the
is not enough to keep up with demand. I know all the figures. So 0.8 of a billion ounces of silver is all that's mined every year, and officially 1.4 billion is what is demanded from industry. So there's about 500 million ounces more silver being trashed away in industry than what is mined every year, and that's been going on for years now. It's actually been going on for 100 years. There's a deficit in silver.
Hard to believe, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, back 1925, there was big vaults around the world were full up with both gold and silver, and for 100 years the silver has been getting drained, and that space that used to be filled up with silver is filled up with even more gold, and now we're at a point all the silver's gone. All the central banks have got no silver left. All the big bullion vaults, they've got no silver left, but all that space is full up with even more gold. Gold is in surplus every year. Silver's been in deficit for 100 years, and now we're at a point where it's nearly all gone.
Very surprising, really, is it? I think the only way which the price of silver will come down is if they discover some new metal that they can use to replace silver, especially with tech, military, medical, etc. But the likelihood of that happening within the next 10 years is so remote. Maybe that's why they're so hell-bent on this weird alien comet that's coming here to jump on it and mine it and find some metal which is going to be better than silver. But that's so far out, it's ridiculous.
Science fiction, isn't it? I mean, how many books have been written that mining asteroids? If they're pinning their hopes on that, we're going to mine asteroids. I don't think the technology is there yet to do that. Not for a long time.
I don't even believe we've gone to the moon yet. Never alone fly out there and land on a comet and asteroid and bring it back. No way.
They never landed on the moon in the 1960s, and they lie about Mars. You know these pictures, and we took pictures of Mars. That's filmed on Earth with a red filter. We're not
being debunked. That's crazy.
They're not going to mine metals off Mars and bring them back to Earth.
Not happening, brother.
No, not in our life. Maybe in a couple hundred years, if we're still here, maybe our great-great-grandchildren. I don't know.
Yeah.
Science fiction.
Well, this is from our son. You know, this is like an investment. You know, if you look at it as a stock market, this is a long for me. This isn't going to be a short. So we've got a message, a comment coming. If I want to sell silver, who do I sell it to for the best profit?
So many options. I think eBay is a good option. Look, you've got Facebook Marketplace, Gumtree. You've got all these. There's so many ways. Advertise it. Don't ever give your address. Yeah, but a lot of people are meeting up somewhere. Look, say I've got this much silver. I'll meet you in a public place with lots of cameras, and you can test the silver. I test your cash. It's anonymous. There's no record of it. It's anonymous. Do it in a safe place with lots of cameras, and make sure you're not followed. But don't give me your name. Don't give me your address. Just keep it anonymous.
But that's weird though, because you got cameras of facial recognition now, so it's going to be difficult. It really is. I
mean, the government will know, but I don't. I'm worried about someone thinking, "Oh, they've got silver. Let's follow them home." You know.
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. But private. That's the whole thing with this digital ID and all these cashless systems. Digital. We track and trace everything. If you've got silver and you've got cash, they can't track and trace that.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. Yeah.
It's private.
Yeah. I love my privacy and freedom, mate, and I'm going to do anything I can to keep it. All these people who don't care, well, it's going to be too late for them if they don't do something about it soon. But this is from Chris. It says £10 of silver today will be in 10 years will be more than £2,000.
I think even more than that. I think, but I agree with that. Yeah, easy.
Wow. Easy. I'm so glad because I've mentioned about 3 times in this live stream that it's the 28th of September 2025, and this is history in the making right now.
Yeah.
If you're from the future, come back. Yeah, man, it's flipping crazy. It's crazy. Let me tell you what. Let's just see.
Let's do this again, Funky, next year and see if my prediction's right. It'll be $100.
Oh, mate, I think we should do this at least every 2 months or so because this is going to ride like crazy.
Let's track it. We're talking here while silver's still under $50 an ounce, $46. That is
And
so cheap.
I'm going to show this on the screen for historical reasons. So, say 3 years from now, you can come back and people are going to go, "What? How much is silver? That's cheap as shit."
Yeah.
So this is the latest from Love More Hate and Bullion by Post. So what have you got? Gold coins.
I say stay away from gold. Gold's in surplus. You're not going to break the banks by taking gold off the market, but you will break the bankers by taking silver off the market. Silver. The best selling silver coins right now, Britannia's, Canadian Maples. Oh my God, look at that. £48 when I paid 24. Yeah. Holy shit. But that's still cheap. If you can buy a maple leaf for £50 now, that's a bargain. It's so cheap. Wow. Look at these. I mean, some of the coins are for collectors, so you're going to have a price differential with designs and date of mint, etc. Yeah. But basically, when you're talking about trading it, all you're really interested in is the purity, the genuinity, if that's the term, and the weight. You're not really going to give a shit about what picture's on there, to be fair. No. Silver is silver. It doesn't matter what markings are on there, what shape it's in. As long as it's pure grams of silver is all that matters. I'm just looking at the prices. Like, bloody hell. That's still cheap. It is. It's expensive now, considering what we paid for it. Yeah. But I'm thinking 2 years from now, you can put a 1 in front of all of these numbers. Definitely. Oh, 2 years from now, probably be at 500. I reckon it times 10 in 2 years. That if you can buy one coin for £50, it'll be £500 in 2 years. If the pound is still a thing, maybe the banks will have collapsed by then, and they want CBDCs. I mean, will the pound and the dollar and the euro will it survive 2 years? I don't know. Well, that's another thing I read in some comments, because I've been watching silver stuff all day today. Literally just burnt my freaking retinas out of my eyes. But some people were saying it's not just the supply demand thing with silver. A lot of it is the pound and the dollar is slowly collapsing. That has a part to play in it, which I believe that has got a part to play. But I think the majority of it is supply demand for sure. And people are waking up to it. That's why, like you said, the billionaire guy just went out and just got £1 billion worth of silver physical and withdrew it from the marketplace. David Bateman. Look up David Bateman. They call him the Bruce Wayne of silver, because his name's Bateman. You know, Christian Bale. He played American Psycho. Bateman. His name. Yes. Yeah, and this guy is David Bateman. He's a tech billionaire, and he's always posting about silver. He's the modern day Hunt brothers. That's basically what he is. Gee whiz. Oh yeah. What a cool guy. We're on the you come here, I know you do. Let me just see what the bloody thing looks like. Right, okay. The Silver Forum. Hello. I did. Yeah. What's been going on? But they came after Warren Buffett when he tried to silver short squeeze. They're probably going to come after Bateman. Probably will. And I'll tell you what, if Warren made the wrong choice, he would not be alive right now. Yeah. That's what I think. He's put a target on his back. Yeah. They're gonna offer him silver or lead. They're gonna offer him a bribe or a threat. You know, stop buying silver, stop promoting silver. But if he's a true freedom fighter, he's gonna carry on buying silver. And we will do a short squeeze. Yep. That's him. David Bateman. Here he is. He showed all of his bars. He bought $1 billion worth of silver bars, took pictures of it and showed it, and he said, I've tested all the bars, they're all real silver. Wow. Now, the Hunt brothers did that in the 70s, and they almost collapsed the banks. They almost collapsed the whole monetary system. But the government said it is illegal to buy silver. They stopped. You couldn't buy silver. Wow. And they did the same with GameStop. You know, it was a short squeeze in GameStop. The price was good. It was a short squeeze. You can't buy GameStop. You cannot buy GameStop. All you can do is sell it. Now, that is probably coming with silver. The governments are going to have to. The bankers are going to scream, stop buying silver. It's illegal to buy silver. And what will happen, that will drive it underground. It will be a black market, but it will be the free market. It's the people's money. Then the price will go ballistic, but it will be illegal.
Here's a question which someone put to me, which I didn't really follow up because personally I just refuse to accept it. Can you foresee, say, up until 2030, silver confiscations from the government?
Yeah, it will be attempted again. It happened in my grandfather's time. He remembers that. Gold and silver, North America and Europe, it was attempted confiscation. My grandfather said before he died, only the very foolish people handed over their gold and silver to the government. Nobody's that foolish, surely. You lost it. It's private, anonymous. I'm sorry, I lost it. If I find it, then I'll give it to you. They can't.
I sold it at a car boot a few years ago, mate.
Yeah.
So I ain't got it anymore.
I lost it.
Yeah.
Now, those people who didn't, last time they confiscated gold and silver, people who said to the government, I'm sorry, I lost it, I haven't got it. After the confiscation's over, oh, I found it again. It's worth a hell of a lot more.
Oh, God, yeah. Can you imagine the price? Yeah. Because the government did that, didn't they? They offered for low the valuation.
Yeah.
Oh, they're crafty.
There's big discussions about this. Some people think hand a bit over. I think they're going to make owning silver illegal. They're going to try a confiscation. It's up to you what you decide. Some silver stackers are saying, look, I'm going to lose most of it and hand a little bit over to the government because, well, I don't know why they would do that, but there's a lot of people talking about this now. I think it's inevitable because the shortages are so severe and they've got such a massive short position. They are short billions of ounces of silver. Where are they going to get it from? They're going to come after the silver stackers. They're going to say, you know, whatever it'll be, there's going to be threats or bribery or incentive. They want our silver. And if we're all strong hands, no, I'm sorry, I'm diamond hands. I'm going to hold for the long term. I will not sell my silver. I'm going to carry on buying. I'm going to carry on accumulating. That is a short squeeze.
Yeah, and it's coming, and it's going to be this year or next year, guaranteed. Yep. And another thing, before we sign off, because we're going to have to wrap this up soon, is my advice personally to anyone who's got silver: think about silver as your preps. So, in my logical mind, never, ever, ever tell anyone, especially online, what preps you have. Moreover, don't tell anyone how much silver you've got, especially where you keep it, because one day that could come back to bite you. So again, privacy at all times. What do you think? Absolutely.
Yeah. I always think about all the things you talked about for years. You want to think rainwater harvesting, you know, food preps, survival preps, and silver. And Chris Dwayne, who's an expert with silver, he goes by Silver Shield. He came up with the ultimate. He said the 2 rules of silver investing: never store it at home, never. The government knows it. And never store it in a third-party institution like a safety deposit box, because governments raid those all the time and say, prove how you got it. He says, bury it somewhere have a couple of survival caches away from home.
Yeah. Sorry, mate. There's a question. This is exactly perfect timing.
Good.
What is the best environment to store your silver? So
you can chuck them in the ground, absolutely fine. It takes 1,000 years for them to really oxidize and eat away.
Yeah. If you are worried about it, put an oxygen absorber in.
Yeah.
Sealy bag or something.
If you want to put them in a tub, you can. But honestly, you can chuck coins and bars into the ground. It put earth on them. It will not affect their value.
Yeah.
But
we got to do is watch on.
What Chris Dwayne says is bury it far away from home. Several of them, you know, don't have it all in one place. Plant something over the top so that metal detectors can't metal detect it. Yeah. So plant some fast-growing weeds, whatever brambles are growing there, and keep the GPS coordinates, the latitude, the longitude. Keep the My 3 Words app, you know. And keep that in code somewhere. Give that to a few loved ones, and do several caches. And I put survival preps in there as well. You know, very useful.
That's a good idea, actually. Yeah, because I've got a few caches over the UK, and there's 2 of them that have got silver coins in because you just don't know, and they're going to be fine. They've been there since 2014, I think it was. I put it in there. So yeah, you dig them up now, unscrew the lid. Oh my God, look at that silver coin, and it's now 2029 or something. That silver coin is going to really help
the purchasing power of that. You'll be able to buy a nice bug out vehicle with that. You could buy a farm with a couple of those coins when this silver short squeeze plays out.
Yeah, and we'll be all grey and old by then, and we'll go, told you so.
Very happy retirement, Funky.
It is, dude. I mean, the more aware you are and the more tuned in you are, the more forward thinking you become, and the more you can see all of this out, the more connections and dots that we come across. it's becoming obvious what the game plan is and roughly when and who's going to be affected and how do you get around it.
Yeah.
It's just, I really feel for people who literally woke up last week. Shit, man, have they got some stuff to learn? Because I woke up back in 2008. It's taken me a long time to learn and process all of this and to try and use my ADHD logic to try and figure out a way. Do you know what? This ain't that bad. You just got to think of a way. And there's always a way. I'm going to get it tattooed one day. There's always a way. There is.
And you're not too late, Baines. Don't think, I missed the boat. I wish I bought it when it was $20. No, you're not too late. You're still
yeah, exactly. I mean, I've got one at 24. Some people got it at 15. I'm not lemon about it. It's just what it is, I know it's going to cost a lot of money in the next 12 months. I know that for sure.
I'll still be buying $100. I'll still try and buy an ounce.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, can you imagine if it goes to 100 before New Year's Eve this year? That would be, what a celebration that would be, wouldn't it?
Be amazing. I think it'll be by February, March, probably. I reckon March 2026, it'll be 3 figures. It'll be 100. And later on, 500. And then you're going to see the banks wobble.
So you're looking at Q1 with financial year end, aren't you, really, for this?
Yeah.
Yeah, that does make sense, actually.
But what's going to happen? How can they get out of this short position? They've got to go out in the market and buy more silver than is left in available supply to cover this short. It can't be done. The silver is not left. It's not left in available supply.
Yeah. I'll tell you what you will see. The market's going to get flooded with fakes. Big time.
That's true. Yeah.
So learn how to test. If you don't know, me and Dave's already spoke about it before, and there is videos all over YouTube showing you how to test it. Just use a magnetic strip, put the coin on it, 45-degree angle, place it on there, and watch it. Simple as that. There are videos to help, so I might have to do one if people want something from me about it. Someone said, what about storage options for those living in cities? I'm in London.
Outside the city. Have good caches. If you've got a bug out retreat somewhere, on the way there, you have several survival caches. That's where you keep your silver.
Pretty much, yeah, I'll mirror that, mate, because as you probably know, I had a knock on the door November last year, and I never thought in a million years that I'd have 10 or 12, I can't remember exactly how many it was, officers there with tasers coming to arrest me for a social media post. So just say, for argument's sake, that word gets out that you've done a post on Facebook or Instagram that you're showing off that you've got all of this silver. One day you'll get a knock on the door, and if you're storing it in your house, be fully prepared to lose all of it. So the smart thing to do, like Dave said, and I totally agree, put it in the ground away from your home. That should be your number one main priority concern. That way it stays safe. And also consider metal detectors as well. So put something above it, which is going to block that metallic signal. So
and plant some weeds above it. You can't do metal detecting unless you clear the brambles and stuff. Plant some weeds. Yeah. They can't metal detect areas, but they have to clear all that first.
Well, I'm out in Wales, so yeah, just put a big bloody trowel underneath some gorse and chuck it in there. No one's going to want to mix it up with Mr. Gorse.
That's right. Good.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right, then, dudes, we're going to have to love you and leave you, but I'm going to be sending you emails as we go through this. It might even be once a month. I don't know yet, but I feel that this is going to be a big topic, which we need to make people aware of how to navigate and be successful with this, rather than coming to the point of 2 years' time going, do you know what? I wish I bought silver back in. Well, I didn't. We're telling you now, frigging buy whatever you can, because it's always going to be cheaper today than it will be tomorrow. Any closing thoughts on this, Dave?
Absolutely right. Buy now. And instead of saying buy silver, say save silver. Take silver out of available supply. That's how we crash the big banks.
Love it. Brilliant. Okay, so if any of you guys have got any questions, there's an email below. Send me an email, and I'm going to note them all down and put up some questions for the next one. But I will be doing some YouTube shorts or posts announcing in advance when us two are going to get together talking everything silver. So there is a link to David's YouTube channel underneath this video as well. So if you're interested to learn a lot more than what we've talked about, check it out, subscribe to his channel. He's got loads of info about silver, and that's all good in the hood. So that's it, mate. We're all done.
Thank you, Funky. Brilliant. Look forward to the next one.
No problem. All right, you guys take care. Thanks for watching and stay funky.